Hey, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. We're going to try to get through this stream in about an hour, so hopefully you can stick with us for the entire time. I am joined today by the illustrious Al, the debonair Jason, and the sinister Ian. So let's go around the horn. Let's say hi to everybody. We'll start with the guy below me. Let's go with Al. Al, how you doing?
Good. Just ready for our. I guess we're weekly now, right?
Yeah, we're doing weekly.
Yeah. Can't wait to get this rolling. Always fun time chatting with everyone and chatting with everyone in the comments section. I'm here, ready to go.
Okay, we'll go with the debonair Jason. How you doing?
Debonair is a new one. I'm doing all right. I'm a little under the weather today, so you got to bear with me a little bit. But you guys said toys, and here I am.
And that piqued your curiosity.
Only most of the day, every day.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go with the evil little guy in the corner. How you doing?
What's this? I'm evil and sinister now.
Well, you win all the raffles. So I guess Al is right there with you now too.
This guy down here. Yeah, I'm good. It's an early one for us here in Japan. Kids are getting ready. If you hear lots of banging and screaming, that's what it is outside.
And your wife is letting you do this stream?
I didn't ask.
That was the right answer.
They just hear noises come. They just hear noises coming from the room, and then they know. It's like, who's he talking to?
Yeah, I gotta ask. I can't just go right in. She burst the door down and start throwing stuff at me. All right, let's just go into the chats for our loyal watches. Mark, always first. You have replaced the collector, who's usually first, but he's slacking. So thanks for joining. We got Al's toys. So I'll go into that in a bit. That'll be the first item on the agenda. KJ, we're waiting for KJ to join one of these streams one of these days. With our combined accent, we can rule the galaxy. Roho54. I don't remember you being in the chat before, but welcome. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming.
Roho is here usually.
Is he?
Yeah.
Cataracts. You know what I mean? Cataracts. So
Roho. Yeah, I see him on a couple other streams too.
Okay. Apologies, Roho.
Starting to get that community unity right there.
Yeah. Oh, we lost somebody. Here he is. He's back. All right.
He's unstoppable.
All right. So let's just get right into it, guys. So we're going to talk about the Yoda. Now, I clued the admins in on this. So they already know. So I'll just give the information for everybody else. This is an issue with the production. So for those of you who aren't aware of how things work, especially in China and Western companies have compliant officers who visit factories to make sure that the factories are within the standards that those Western companies have established for doing business. So in this case, it's Disney, and Disney has to vet all of these factories to make sure that they're in compliance with their standards. And the factory that was producing this particular figure had been vetted. Everything was fine, but for whatever reason, they sort of went around the usual protocols and sort of subcontracted out the cloak, which you see right there. And the cloak, because it was produced in a factory that had not been in compliance, let me rephrase that. It's not that it hadn't been in compliance, it hadn't been vetted. And the vetting process takes time, and it's a lot of money. So rather than spend all that money, and actually produced this figure at a substantial, considerable loss. They have just decided to push it off because with the factory, there is a very tight schedule in terms of making different products. And the cloak is now put on kind of, later on in the schedule. So when you're seeing release dates of, Q4, 2025, that is, as of right now, that is the current estimate for this Yoda. So around like November, December, that's when they're anticipating this thing being ready to be released. So the issue was the cloak. The cloak was manufactured by a factory that had not been vetted by Disney. And because of the cost in vetting, they weren't going to spend those costs to vet this particular factory. And so now we have to wait on the Yoda. So that's the reason for it. I got it from my spies. My Bothan spies were able to relay the information to me. So if anybody's wondering, that's the reason. So it's too bad because this looks like a great figure. I thought it released because I hadn't visited the stores, and people were like, "Oh, can you get it for me? Can you do this?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Like one guy in particular, can you grab it? I was like, "Yeah, no problem." And then I went and I asked. I couldn't find it anywhere, and I asked the people at Tamashii Nations, and they said, "Yeah, it hadn't been released." They didn't know why, of course. This is like the Tamashii Nation store. So they had no idea, and I was able to come across this information over the past week, and so I wanted to relay it to you guys. So yeah, it's too bad because it's a really good looking figure. The color looks great. The soft good cloak with the wiring looks awesome, but it's coming. So just be patient. That's all. Anybody have anything to add? Any comments on this?
Oh, I'm just the idiot who I learned my lesson a long time ago. But since SHF is always on time, I bundled it with Anakin and Chewie. So, so I guess I'll be getting all three at the end of the year.
Wow, yeah, that's the one thing I like about Ami because I ordered all the recent Figuarts Star Wars figures from them, and they had sent an email that Yoda got delayed, but they just pushed him back, and everything else that released on time, like Anakin, Han, and Chewie, they shipped out, last month, or which I got last week. So, yeah, it's I had no idea a lot of those sites were like that until Jason mentioned his issue. I had another friend that had a similar issue when he had pre-ordered the Reveltech Ryu Hayabusa, but he combined it with the Yamaguchi Deadpool that's coming out this month. So he has to basically wait for Deadpool to release to get his Ryu as well.
Yeah. I'm still going to try.
Combining, right? Go ahead, Jason. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, I'm still going to try and see if they'll split it, but I don't know the answer is going to be no. They usually go, sure, just cancel it and reorder. The prices are all way higher.
Yeah, or you might lose your figure, basically.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. So I will wait as patiently as I have the ability to. Which is like that.
Now, Ian, are you getting this figure?
Yeah, I think so. Like I don't really get this. I don't really get this scale, but some of them, sometimes when it's a nice figure, I try and get it. And I like the figure art stuff. I do like the Luke Skywalker, and just have a few of them just to go together, especially when they have the cloth goods.
Yeah,
it's crazy. So like you look at this and you think the delay could be so many things, and it's just that little jacket, man, that little coat. But
yeah,
it is what it is. And when it comes out, I'll try and get it, man.
Yeah, it is what it is. And, this is a reminder when it comes to like Metacom. Again, Metacom doesn't have their own factory. And so when there's an issue with something after it's kind of gone through the process, when you're doing a little bit of a QC inspection and you see something is off, because you don't have your own factory, you've allocated your slot for having your item produced, and when that production run is done, there's another company coming in and they get their run, so you have to kind of wait in line and kind of get back in line. So a lot of times that's probably the main reason we're having these issues with Metacom. But you know, some figures it's like a month's delay, some figures are 5 months delay, 4 months delay. So you know, it is what it is. So that's the Yoda. So we'll move on to the next news. This is the 3-0 Voltron. This is the toy colors. I love Voltron. I think I love the figure more than the cartoon. Watching the cartoon these days, it's pretty dated. I can't believe how into the cartoon I used to be. But this is the third iteration of Voltron that Blitzway has done. They've already released one version, which is the regular version. And the sorry, not the Blitzway. The 3-0 is a great alternative if you don't want to pay for the Blitzway. Because Bandai, for the longest time, was really the only game in town, and they did their Soul of Jogokin Voltron, which, you know, honestly, you could never even get in Japan. They would put it up for pre-order, and everybody outside Japan would flood the sites and buy them up, and people who lived here couldn't get them. Even the day they released, there was always a line, and people would run in and grab the Voltrons. So I was never able to get the Soul of Jogokin. And then I got the 3-0, and the 3-0 employs a lot of the engineering of the Blitzway. The Blitzway is fantastic, but it's very expensive. My buddy has the Blitzway, but I got the 3-0. It's really good. It's excellent. The price is pretty good. So like I said, they released one already. They have one in the pipeline, which is a all black version, which I'll show in a moment. And then they have this one, which employs the toy colors. So you can see the colors are really kind of, I don't want to say vibrant because they're all vibrant, but it's a very different look. It's a very different aesthetic. So I'm all in on Voltron. I don't know about you guys, but this looks really, really great. Anybody planning on getting this?
I am definitely thinking about it. I've always loved Voltron since the 80s cartoons. A buddy of mine had an import one that he had entirely die cast from like 84 or so. So always kind of coded that one and just never managed to get one. But the green looks a little off. But
yeah, it's a kind of weird green, but you know, it's cool because you can get the different versions and have them on your shelf. Because the beauty of Voltron is that it's not just the robot, it's the lions too. Like you can display it in totally different ways. So I'll be grabbing it probably just for that.
Yeah, I'm probably going to find my way to this one. I've been trying to figure out which one I really, really want overall. I'd love to get that Blitzway one, but a little steep. But
yeah, the Blitzway is expensive.
Yeah.
Does anybody have a Voltron right now?
Not right now.
I haven't had one since I was a kid, but I did have that old, all like die cast one from the original one. Yeah, the original ones. I think I had two of them actually.
The whole set?
Yeah, because I remember I had one as a kid, and I must have like lost, parts of it. And then I remember seeing it again at a toy. I don't remember where it was. It was some store, but I asked my mom to get another one. She ended up getting me another one. But I think the second one I have was more plastic than the original one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks great. Like I love the colors because it does remind me of that original Voltron toy. So
and you can see the articulation in it. Like it's
But 3-0, man. 3-0, their Transformer stuff, like it's so good, man. Like
good.
They're like kind of stress relief toys for me. They're just, you pick them up and you just bend the leg and the feeling and how it just like the engineering. And it's just it feels so good. The back how they bend. So that's
because they're solid. Like
they're solid.
Yeah,
they're die cast.
I like that spur.
Yeah, right there,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So again, like this is something you can do. You can have him up in the air on the stand and flying through the air and incorporate all these other pieces, these extra pieces that, you know, normally you wouldn't if he's just standing there or he's, you know, hunched over like he is in the other photo there. So it's very cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, those retro colors, man, it's really nice looking, man.
So this is it, and you get all these accessory pieces down here in the bottom left.
Oh, that chrome. Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks
Gotta
great.
have that blazing sword. Awesome.
Well, so that was one of the selling points of the Blitzway. So I think I ordered the Blitzway all black version, which is which hasn't released yet.
That looks cool.
And it had like a really cool flaming sword effect, which is really, really badass. So these are the other two versions of the 3.0. The first one here on the left, that's the original release. And then the one on the right, that's the kind of stealth, all black version. So I've got the one on the left. I'm waiting for the one on the right to release. And then I'll grab the toy colors as well. So very cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that was news this week. That was very surprising, happy, welcome news. So I'm in on this. Ian is a yes.
No.
I thought these were like stress relief things.
I know. I mean, I love the Transformer stuff, but I never kind of had Voltron as a kid. So like, I don't know if it wasn't a UK thing or if it was just, I just wasn't really. Like it was just not presenting to me, but yeah, I love how it looks, but it's just not something I need. There's a lot of other
BBC programs on making cheese. You couldn't fit Voltron in. Jason, you're in.
Yeah, if I'm getting one, and I'm pretty sure I am, I go with the OG on the left. I like it with all the different colored lines. That's sort of what I grew up with.
You wouldn't get the toy version, the toy color?
No, the toy color.
Okay,
I'm saying I wouldn't.
The one here,
get the stealth version.
The one here is kind of the first release, which came out a couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
Then this one is the toy colors. So they're
toy
a little bit
so much better, man. That's superior.
Yeah, I would get that.
I like the toy colors a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That retro.
Al, are you in on this?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think this is the one to get. I've been kind of just holding off because, you know, there's kind of still a lot of options for Voltron, and you know, I feel like I don't need all the Voltrons in the world. You know, I kind of want just that definitive Voltron, and this one might be it actually.
Well, once I get this, assuming I don't get the Blitzway, I just go with the 3.0 all black. I'll probably have like 5 or 6 Voltrons of different scales and stuff. So I'll have a Voltron shelf, which will be cool.
Yeah, the only thing that's holding me back is because I'm still in the market for one of those Chogogan Megazords, and I believe those ones are about 7 to 8 inches tall. Same with the Voltron. I kind of want them to scale together because I love, even though they're different properties, I always like how Megazord and Voltron look next to each other, just because, you know, very similar type of giant robot, you know, a combiner.
Yeah.
And I know the 3.0 ones are a little bit taller. They're almost like the original ones, I think, right? About like 10, 11 inches.
It's been a while since I had mine out. I really couldn't tell you how big they are. I don't think it's over 12 inches.
Yeah.
I think that's it might be only 10 or 11 inches or something like that.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's kind of holding me back, just because of the scaling with the other, you know, like Megazord and stuff like that. But man, those Megazords and Dragon Zords are, no matter how many times they re-release them, they always sell out super fast and get super expensive in price.
Yeah,
that's the only shame. But yeah, I mean, this is, I'm leaning more towards a yes on this one.
Okay. Not even once, man. Not even once. Come on, man. When I meet up with my buddies, I'm like, let's Voltron out. Let's do it. So, shout out for the Kaiju Kitty making his appearance. Glorious appearance. Thank you, sir, for joining. Just told all the wives about the plot. Yeah. So, we don't know the price right now. I think I think we're probably somewhere between maybe like 300, 350. Maybe. I think the first one was like 300. But that was, that was a few years ago. I'm gonna say it was like 4 years ago at this point. So I really couldn't tell you. I don't think they've put it up for solicitation yet. They just released the photos. I haven't seen anyone selling it yet. So not sure.
Yeah, if we're going based on just what's on the 3.0 site from looks like the original Voltron, they have it listed at 300 USD.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing it'd be roughly about the same price.
KJ bringing the vulgarity. 5 inches kaiju. Yeah. Look who's here.
Hey,
Look
I
who's
remember
there,
that guy.
the collector. Yeah. All right. So let's move on to our next topic so the collector doesn't sidetrack us. Let's keep going. Get out of this. All right. Now.
Speaking of the collector, we finally get a rooted duck collector figure.
Yeah, this is Ryan. Ryan fell asleep one day and somebody came and scanned his face and called him Chuck Norris, and that was that. Now, I was super excited when I saw that Did was doing this because their prices are way better than Caustic Plastic. Way better. And the material of this stuff, they usually use like die cast weapons and stuff like that, which is really, really cool. But, I mean, this looks great. But that head, like, who is this? Because they killed, I think they killed the Tom Cruise head sculpt for the Maverick. I thought that was great. And, they just dropped the ball here. And then that Barbie hair, like,
it looks like he's wearing a toupee, right?
Right?
Oh, yeah.
You can almost see like the sides of it. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like,
I think the head sculpt's not that bad. Like, I think the hair.
Well, it's not bad if it's somebody else, but it's obviously supposed to be Chuck Norris. And what did they get? The eyes right? Maybe the nose?
Well, the head sculpt, it looks more of like an older Chuck Norris in a way. Not really like missing in action Chuck Norris. But the hair is just, and we were just talking about this yesterday, Ian. Like a lot of times, like these shorter hair characters, like the rooted just doesn't work well. I mean, I would still consider this more shorter hair than like a Wonder Woman or whatnot. We're calling broke Norris.
But I mean, even the one with the cigarettes, like he's just stopping for a smoke in the middle of the jungle.
You better watch out for that hair. It looks highly flammable.
Right.
So, this one is I was gonna put the Caustic Plastic one up for a little bit of a comparison, but I mean, he looks a little bit like Kevin Spacey. He does.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah,
he looks more like Kevin Spacey than he does.
The eyes.
The eyes, maybe the eyes. Yeah.
The mouth too.
Hey, maybe that's not a cigarette he's smoking because those eyes look a little glazed.
So yeah, this I'll if this is in the regular price range of their figures, I'll pick it up and maybe just try to get like a third-party Chuck Norris head when it finally becomes available. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like things become available all the time. And if you wait for the head sculpt, you'll miss out on this. So you just get this, tuck it away, wait for the right day when it appears, pick it up, and there you go. You got a Chuck Norris. But because that Caustic Plastic one is really expensive, this one is probably going to be half the price of that. If you go by just kind of the regular prices of their figures. Their figures are anywhere between like in yen, like 22 to like 30,000 yen. Whereas the Chuck Norris figure was like 50,000 yen from Caustic Plastic, the Caustic Plastic one. So I passed on it because it was so high. Am I the only one who's potentially getting this?
Yeah.
You know what? Again, like you said, depending on the price, because I still want that caustic plastic Chuck Norris.
Oh, so do I. So do I.
You know, I actually had him pre-ordered, but then I canceled it just because I was trying to prioritize certain things.
It's an expensive month.
Yeah, it was. So, I mean, if you're saying that this is going to be like $150, you know, like I said, it's probably just worth picking up. Hey, who knows? A lot of times with these third-party companies, you end up thinking, you know what, I'm going to buy this. It's going to be a pretty shitty figure. And then you get surprised, just like with that third-party Conan from last year. The pictures look pretty bad, but once I got it in hand, I was like, oh, wow, they actually improved the sculpt. And it was a much better figure than I expected.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know. You never know how things kind of turn out. Should we get a Robert head sculpt on this book? Robert meaning who? Me? Not me. I could go for the wig, but you know that's about it.
You know, this actually might still be good for your President's Gone Wild 1/6.
Yeah. I was actually thinking that. Like, you know, I could put a president head on this guy and call it a day.
I can guarantee you, no one is holding their rifle like that out in the field.
Well, you know, when he's having a smoke, he is. So, you know.
You know, you could put a Richard Nixon sculpt on this one.
Oh.
Yeah. Or you could put like Teddy Roosevelt, you know.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Like that. All right, next up is the Hot Toys, the new drops from, and this is just really weird. One figure is from Rogue One and the other figure is from Andor.
Mm-hmm.
Why not just make that K2SO from Andor and call it like a 2.0? Why not do that? Like, why split the figures up? I don't understand the logic there.
Wait,
but they look great.
The K2SO is from Andor, right?
It's the Andor version, but what I'm saying is, like, why don't they? I said, what did I say? From Andor, make it from Rogue One and call it a 2.0.
Yeah.
Sorry if I misspoke. They look great. So now we'll be able to complete this this little trilogy of figures here, this triumvirate. But
do you reckon they'll re-release Jin as a new version?
That's what I've been seeing. A lot of people say that they were talking about all the details from this picture, and they're saying that could be a 2.0, but I don't know.
Apparently something with the eyes. It looks like her eyes are looking to the side, so she's got like movable eyes. Which
actually, that's what I heard or I saw online too. Was eyes,
Yeah, I mean the picture.
That Jin is one of my favorite Hot Toys. It's still one of the best Hot Toys for me. Like the lightness is great, but I love it.
Up there.
Yeah, I've got mine just down here, but she's like I don't know what it is about that figure. I just think it's
really nice figure.
The tailoring's really nice on it. There's the little details and the head sculpt's spot on. It's like really
like it was a true deluxe figure because you could do so much with that figure.
Yeah.
Like it came with so many accessories. It was great. I regret, one of the only regrets I have when it comes to Hot Toys is I didn't pick up that Imperial Disguise version.
Yeah. And that was going for cheap. That was going for so much cheaper, like
I know,
on the secondhand market as well. Yeah.
I know. So, yeah. Who's still buying these high dollar Star Wars items? This guy. And this guy here, and the other guy at the bottom.
I'm starting to tap out though, but I'm not.
No, but I understand it. Like Star Wars, we're not. I'm gonna speak for myself. I know Ian is different. I am totally detached at this point from everything on Disney except for Andor. Mando season 1 I was really into. Season 2 was great. Season 3 fell off a cliff. You know, it followed the Kathleen Kennedy model that South Park very, very well articulated. And for me, if it's not Mando season 1 or even season 2, and it's not Andor, I'm not interested in it. Like, I'm passing on all the Ahsoka stuff. I'm passing on everything else except for like the Kenobi with that Vader, because it's Vader and the Vader was badass. I got that. But everything else I'm just passing on. So if it's not original trilogy, if it's not prequel stuff, if it's not Rogue One, if it's not Andor, I'm generally I'm not interested at all. Now Ian's different. Ian likes the Disney stuff, so he gets that stuff.
Yeah, I like a lot of it. There's some stuff that I didn't like so much, but especially the Ahsoka. Like Ahsoka's still my favorite of the shows.
You picked up Ahsoka the White, right?
Yeah. But
you didn't have issues with the figure?
I haven't got it yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it hasn't come in yet. I've got it pre-ordered, but it hasn't come in yet.
Okay. Jason is not into the 1/6 stuff anyway.
Here and there, but not for this. It's a great show. I mean, Andor, I think, is very underrated. It's got a great story. If I were to get one, K2SO would be the one I would go for. But
does everybody have a K2SO?
What's that?
I have the Enforcer droid, but I got it recently. It was only earlier this year. But
yeah,
was it last year, earlier this year, but I haven't even opened it, and it's brand new in the box. It was like really cheap. So yeah, I'm probably gonna sell it because I don't think I need two, and I only got the Enforcer because I thought I'd never get K2SO. So I'm gonna get rid of that. I'll probably make more money than I paid for it, and then get the K2.
Well, I just ordered a second Enforcer, and I have the K2SO standing next to Jin. But I'm gonna pick this one up too. Because I like it.
Why'd you get another Enforcer? Just
because they're super cheap.
Okay. He's army building.
Like,
where did you
like
that one
super
from?
cheap?
Where did you get that from? Amazon.
Yeah. It was like, what is it? Niman Nisanyen?
Yeah, it's cheap.
I don't
they
want
had
to
it on there for 18
price.
At one point. That's crazy.
Yeah. I got my first one at that one. At that price.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, but yeah, pretty low price. Can't go wrong. I mean, it's a really good figure.
Yeah, it is.
It's right here. Hold on. I'll probably mess it up and look it all up. Ugh.
Yeah,
let me expand.
The only trouble with them is if you like your case there is fine, but if you got a D12, it's not standing up.
This won't work in a D12.
Yeah.
So it's got a really nice base. Again, like I don't put the batteries on my figures generally. So
to be honest, like for most people, I think that's enough. Like that could pass as K2, and if you
absolutely.
And if you don't want to pay the silly money for the
new one,
the new release, that's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, if this is all you have, who's gonna be able to tell the difference? You know what I mean? Like, if it doesn't fit into your collection, if it's good enough for you, then it's good enough.
And they're already mixing them up anyway with this version, and with Jin and Andor.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep Ian and Al out of it. Give someone else a shot. But the Cassian looks awesome.
Yeah, I think it looks good.
Yeah.
Cassian the hair for being sculpted looks really, really good too.
Really good. Really, really nice.
Like from far away, like quick
up with him, man. Really good.
From a quick glance, it looks rooted. So
yeah.
That's perfect.
Absolutely. So this one, is there pricing on this one yet? Anybody know?
Yeah, I think he went up for pre-order, right?
It went up. Toy Sapiens messaged me, so it's definitely up for pre-order.
Yeah.
Let me check real quick. He is $275 on Sideshow.
Okay.
So actually,
it's probably
not really bad. Not really bad for the price. Not too bad. Nowadays are $300 plus even for non-deluxe figures. So pretty shocked at that pricing.
Yeah.
I was shocked by K2s. I can't remember how much it was, but it was cheaper than I expected. K2SO, I can't remember how much that was going for.
Well, it's probably completely plastic, like the Enforcer droid.
Yeah.
I think the original K2SO, like I said, it's in there, and I haven't touched it in probably 4 years. I think the original had die cast in it. I could be wrong, but I think it did.
Really?
So, if they're using all plastic now, then that would absolutely make the price a little bit better, more palatable. All right, so I think everybody who collects the 1/6 as real collectors, no offense, Jason's here and there, but I think everybody's gonna get this. Yeah.
I'm still a maybe.
Come on now.
I'm trying to wean away. I'm trying to wean away.
But
Wait. Al, do you have any Rogue One stuff?
The only one I have is Krennic, actually.
All right, so let's do a giveaway with Krennic. Wash your hands of the line.
No pressure, man.
Hey, as long as everyone's okay with no box.
All right, we'll do it. We'll do it today. We'll do it right now. We'll do a giveaway.
I don't have a Krennic. I'll take a spot.
So you're saying, Ian, you just want me to mail it to you already because you know how this is gonna turn out.
In pieces, a layaway plan.
Yeah.
Wait, Ian, do you not have Krennic?
No.
Listen,
I don't know why I didn't get Krennic. It's something about I don't think I needed it. I don't know why I didn't get Krennic.
Ian would appreciate this. I missed out on Krennic. I just, for whatever reason, I just never picked it up, and then I absolutely regretted it, and I couldn't find it. And a year later, when it was going for crazy stupid money, I just I typed in the MMS number, whatever it was, and it brought me to this Japanese website that had a bunch of them in stock for retail. So I grabbed it. I was like, well, I'll play the odds. I'll get it, and if it's legit, they'll send it to me. If it's not legit, whatever, I'll just dispute the price, the charge. Got it. Legit figure, great figure, and they still had more in stock, and I was really contemplating getting more. But for the life of me, I can't remember the website. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, they had a whole bunch of stuff that was like just retail, and it was all long sold out.
Wow.
You can find that sometimes here. Like some, certain websites. Even like Ian just got a Grail for himself the other day. Yesterday, right?
Oh,
that was just like I was just following the guy on Mercari, and it was just like pops up Hoth Leia, retail price, boxed, brand new, has never been opened, wrapped in plastic. It's like, man, what? It's like, what?
Retail, yeah.
It's just like,
wow,
boom.
yeah.
I'll take that. Happy days.
Yeah.
My only worry is that that's been in a box, wrapped in plastic.
Yeah, you got it
through like
and
7 years of summers. Like,
yeah.
I'll open that thing and it's probably like yellow. Like, we'll see.
Thank you, sir. We are a worldwide stream, so not even once. Got to pop your cherry, man. Got to do it. All right. Speaking of goofy, I should have put this with the Chuck Norris one.
By the way, I just remembered who Chuck Norris reminds me of with his hair. He looks like Deadpool, where he stapled his hair on.
Yes.
That's all I can think of.
Maybe we could remove the hair and put it on that
the Ryan Reynolds sculpt.
Yeah,
that would be screen accurate.
I got invoiced for the Present Toys head sculpt, so that's released.
Oh, okay.
I haven't paid it yet, but I got invoiced for it. I don't know if I'm gonna get it because now Hot Toys is releasing their thing, and what am I gonna put it in? You know what I mean? But anyway, to the figure at hand, this is the Hellcat, the King of the West. The picture on the left looks all right. The picture on the right Awful.
But you know what? Why don't they use this hair for the larger scale? Because the larger scale stuff, they're using these really thick strands of hair, so it looks like a Barbie, like it's too thick. Whereas this is like a smaller scale, but the hair is really fine. So like if they did it right, they could actually do this really well, I think.
Well, what did they do that's 1/6 scale? Hellcat. I can't remember.
No, they did the 112 Gandalf from last year. Which, you know, I see a lot of people posting pictures of it, and the sculpt looks good on both, actually. But even that Gandalf with the rooted hair, it's just so messy. Like, I've never seen it stylized.
It's like a
all over the place. Yeah.
Well, maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're using really fine strands. That's what I mean. When I say 1/6, not 1/6 Hellcat, I mean like 1/6 in general. Do you know like the Anakin? It looks like it's big. Like it looks like he's got a bit of an afro, and you have to kind of squish it down. And the same with that Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
But it's like with this one with these ones, I've seen it in the shop, and the hair is so freaking fine and small. So for 1/6, it could look more like real, you know, scaled hair. But it looks like they find it difficult to manage it. Maybe that's the problem. They can't sculpt it.
Yeah, I passed on the Gandalf only because it was a new company and I wasn't sure how it would turn out. And then I saw, like Ian said, I saw it in the shop and it looked really good. But it's up there in price, and I decided to pass on it.
It's pretty. It was pretty expensive here.
Yeah, it was like 18,000 yen or something like that.
Yeah,
I think it was more than that, wasn't it? It's like 25.
No, I think it was about 18.
Oh, really?
I've seen the resale for that. I guess it's the deluxe version because it comes with both skulls.
Yeah, there was a sculpted one, and then there was a hair.
Yeah.
It's like 250, 300 over here. Like,
maybe I should have picked it up. Maybe it's still there. It was at Uchi-sen, right?
It's not there. Yeah. No.
You look behind the stuff.
I can't look at the top shelves. Maybe that's the problem.
I'll put you on my shoulders.
I need to go on your shoulders. Yeah.
But I mean,
just like that, man. There's stuff that's high up. You pull off a box,
Yeah.
and you're like, what was this? This was here the whole.
It ain't a store for kids. You know, you should have eaten your vitamins when you were a kid.
Yeah,
some Flintstones.
Yeah. So these pictures look all right, right?
Yeah,
but you're
I
at a
mean,
distance, right? But like that one, oof.
Like the head sculpt in the pictures looks really good. Like it almost looks. Not the hair is another story, but the sculpt looks pretty good in the pictures.
Yeah,
but I mean,
like I don't know. I saw one hair, one head sculpt, and it looked awful. So, you know, this is a pass for me, and I'll tell you why this is a pass other than this stuff, and because I missed out on the Gandalf. I always miss out on Gandalfs. I am fairly confident that Inot will do 1/12 scale.
Now, do you think they're going to do it like how they're doing the lines now, where it's going to just be sculpted? Or do you think they're actually going to get into a soft goods 1/12 line too?
Well, soft goods meaning like sculpted clothing?
No. Like basically like a mezco.
Yeah, like a
yeah. I think they'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't see
they'll do that. I think they'll have the robes and the cloaks and everything. I think they do that.
I can't see them doing a plastic one of these. Like it wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like sculpted clothing.
Yeah, I can't see them doing a plastic sculpted.
No, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't.
Yeah, they wouldn't do that. No,
they wouldn't do that.
I mean, we're seeing like Bruce Lee and stuff with the cloth goods. Like they'll do cloth goods.
Oh, that's right. You're right. Yeah.
They'll do it. Yeah,
hair's another story. I don't know what they do about hair. Like I don't know.
Well, it's sculpted. I wouldn't want rooted at that scale.
Yeah.
No, because I want to mess around with it. You know what I mean? And I don't want to worry about like pieces coming out and stuff. So, and they could pull it off. I mean, even the Bruce Wayne. Those of you who have the figure, sorry, Al. Those of you who have the figure know that it's a really well sculpted hair. Like it's very well done in that scale.
It's short though.
So-
That's the only issue, right? The only problem when you have longer stuff, it then restricts like articulation and stuff like.
Well, I mean, let me go back in the slides.
I mean, what figure has long?
Like, look at
stuff
this,
to go
right?
with?
You can do that. If you can do this in 1/6, Inod has shown us now that you can do it in 1/12.
Yeah.
You
True.
know? So if you can do it in 1/6 with that Batman, with that Bruce Wayne head sculpt, Inod has shown us whatever you can do in 1/6, you can do in 1/12. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hopefully cross my fingers and hope that Inod decides to put that line out. So who would they be competing with though? Like Figuarts?
Yeah.
Figuarts maybe.
Are they the only ones doing 1/12? Because
I think so.
Diamond Selects does it, but it's not 1/12, right?
Yeah, they're like 1/9, 1/10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's only Figuarts at the moment.
Yeah.
Figuarts and just the two, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think they tease Legolas, but they just haven't put it up.
Yeah, they haven't.
Yeah.
We've
I don't
seen
think they
Legolas. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they've put it up yet.
They also did the animated line too.
Yeah, those ones release actually.
Yeah,
Those ones are
that's right.
releasing this month, I think,
Wow.
or next month. Those
Just
ones are
imagine-
releasing very soon.
Just imagine
And
the nightmare of a Legolas with rooted hair. Oh my god.
So, did anybody watch that animated one?
You know what? I saw that it's on Amazon now, so I need to check it out.
I think
Yeah.
I think I watched half of it. I didn't love it. Yeah.
I didn't-
And I
I didn't
usually
put it on 'cause
love
I heard
animated
that.
stuff, but I couldn't get into it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's on my long list of things I haven't had time to watch.
Yeah.
Now, again, I think I might have downloaded a picture. Let me just quickly check in my computer of that Aragon head, because I've seen ones and it looks awful with the hair.
Are you talking about this Hellcat one?
Yeah, it just looks really bad. Like, the sculpt is good. The sculpt is really good. It's just the hair.
Yeah, the hair is. He's got that stuck a fork in a socket hair.
Was it ever explained, or was it something that I missed that was with the Gandalf, the clothing color? It was like kind of a deep red, like a reddy color.
Yeah, it was a reddish color. Yeah.
Yeah, that was another thing that
Yeah.
kind of put me off that one.
On the
So-
Hellcat?
On the Hellcat,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's like the actual clothing. It's like a dark burgundy, like a grayish burgundy.
Yeah.
It's a very odd color, but I didn't know if that was the actual original color. It just didn't come off in film or what it was. But yeah.
It was gray and white. That's what it should have been.
Yeah, like just
Or
tattered
Yeah.
gray.
It's a very weird
Yeah.
choice.
All right, so I just want to remind people, again, we're doing the waffle. For those of you who aren't in the Facebook group, we're doing the waffle for the 2-pack. It's not an actual 2-pack, but we're putting them together of the Malfex Han Stormtrooper disguise and the Luke Stormtrooper disguise. If you're not able to make it a celebration, I'm going to pick up at least one extra one, hopefully more, but you don't know, right? Like, I don't know. So I'll try to pick up more, but I got one person who said he'd grab me one. And so I'll definitely have an extra one that I'm making available now to the group. That one, I will pick the winner Friday night our time. So it'll be Friday morning, probably around, I don't know, maybe like 10 a.m. Friday morning, East Coast US time. So that waffle will close Thursday night, East Coast time in the States. So if you want to get in on that, you got to be in the group and just shoot me a message in the group and say that you want a spot. It's unlimited spots. Right now, we're in the 30s in terms of spots taken. And yeah, so just, check it out. Let me know if you want in. If you don't want in, no loss, no big deal. It's okay. These aren't for everybody. But talking to the Metacom people at Project 1/6, they don't think these are going to be available anywhere else any other time. They said that if anything is unsold at the event, they'll sell it in the Project 1/6 store, but the likelihood of those figures being unsold at the event is probably very, very low. So we'll see. So anybody have any parting thoughts you want to share with the group? Nobody? You're all along.
Just had a fun time as usual with you guys talking.
Be selective. Be selective with your rooted hair figure choices. That's the lesson of today.
Solid advice.
Yeah.
Whether it's a Chuck Norris or a Aragorn.
Yeah, Ian and I today. Well, I'm today. Ian is tomorrow. We're gonna pick up our celebration passes. So it's a hike out to where this convention center is. It's an hour there, it's an hour back, and whatever time I have to wait in line. So that's going to eat up quite a bit of my day, just going there and get my pass. But really looking forward to this event. It's Friday. It'll be here in no time. Today's Tuesday here in Japan. So just a couple more days. So very, very excited for that.
I ended up getting a hotel, man. I can't, I'm doing 4 nights in a hotel right next to the
Did you get the hotel?
I got a hotel, man.
You're a lunatic.
I just got a bit excited.
He's gonna be drunk off that.
Wait a second. This guy lives just north of Tokyo. Okay, just north. He can get to this event place in what, an hour and a half?
Yeah.
Yeah. How much are you spending on a hotel for 4 nights?
Like 100,000.
he's spending $1,000 so he doesn't have to travel an hour and a half by train. What a
but I'm there for, that's the thing. I want to be there for the I'm going to get in those the reservation lines for the panels. So you got to be there from like 5-6 a.m.
He digs Disney Star Wars. That's why he likes it. But, Andrew Garfield is here. He's here for that special, trilogy that we're hearing Disney is going to produce. He's going to be here, and they're going to bring him out, and it'll shock everybody. He'll be, the new, hopefully, protagonist. I don't want to see him as a villain. He'll be the new Jedi. You heard it here first. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. You guys all know he's in Japan, right?
Yeah, we saw some pics.
Yeah. He's in Japan.
Well, Mando Grogu, we don't really know the full cast yet, and they did say special guests, so we don't know who they're bringing out.
The Kaiju Daddy.
Andrew Garfield and 1/6 scale Jedi Starfighters all come in this weekend.
Well, I'm telling you, it's gonna be there. Whether we can leave with it, that's a different story, but it's going to be there. So, what is up with Japan and having to go to the venue to get the tickets? Yeah, had to do that in Sakai to get taiko drumming tickets. Yeah, Japan, people who aren't in Japan like to think that Japan is like this forward, living in the future type of place. This place is as backwards as anywhere else.
Only in
I'll tell you what's going to be fun, man, in line. People love getting in lines here. They love queuing up, man.
Oh, there's a line. Whoa,
It was like a few days ago, and all these foreign people complaining that they were like kept out in this long line during the rain. Man, Celebration guys have not been to Makuhari Messe yet, man. The lines are insane, and it's not covered, and it's going to be like 28 degrees this weekend. Man,
that's hot. People, not Fahrenheit.
Yeah. Celsius, yeah. But it's gonna, man. Like people are gonna be.
So this venue, right? This venue when you go in, there are doors to get into the convention room, right? The big hall. There's doors right when you get there, but they don't have you go through those doors. You gotta fucking walk all the way around this building, literally like 5 to 10 minutes out of your way to go in the other door. Japanese logic.
That's a very Disney way of thinking.
It's ridiculous. Like, why can't I just walk in right here? Oh no, this is not the door. You gotta go around the fucking world.
They put the places to line up in the most random places though. It's like you go and pick up your ticket from here, and it's like, where do I go? And nobody knows.
Yeah. Your ticket's here,
like,
but you gotta go 15 minutes over there to get in line.
But nobody knows what's going on. And then it's like, where do I line up? And you have to go around in a circle, then go downstairs, and then it's just you have to wait. There's like they put these barriers up, but there's no people, so you have to walk the barrier like this, and then you get to the line.
There's gonna be a lot of people new to Japan who are gonna be pissed off because everybody's trying to get there early and get in line. They don't know where to go, and signage here is bullshit. They'll have signs until you get to a place where like it makes sense to have a sign, because now like, all right, do I go left? Do I go right? Do I go straight? They'll have signs when there's only like you're in a hallway. I don't need a sign to tell me to keep walking. There's nowhere else to go. That's how Japanese have signage. Then you get to a place where there's a fork in the road, essentially. No signs. No signs. You know, use the force. Figure out where to go. They don't do that. And so a lot of people are going to show up at this thing trying to get in line early. They're going to be pissed that they can't find out where the line is.
Well, dude, it's not one line. Every single stage has its own line. That's the crazy thing with this.
Well, just to get in, I'm saying, just to get into the venue.
No, that's what I mean. Every stage has a line to enter. So, for example, in the morning, because there's the panel, the morning panel, but each panel has the live show and it has also the streaming shows. There's like 3 other stages. So there's a line for each of those stages.
No.
But come to my house, I'll make you take your shoes off.
but they don't know. Like when you go to the schools, I had my kids' school graduation thing. Man, the amount of times you have to change shoes just to cross from one place to the next place and take it, and then you have another pair of shoes just to go into the gym. It's like, what?
Yeah,
I need 3 pairs of shoes.
Some schools you have to take off your shoes. Other schools you don't. Some schools you take off your shoes. Then you have to go. You go in here. Then you have to go outside again. So put your shoes back on.
Yeah. And
then, like you said, go into the gym, take your shoes off again, put on another different pair of shoes. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Anyway, we are now in our 1 hour time limit. So I got to go. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Appreciate it. Again, if you want to join in on the Waffle, it's on the Facebook group. Ian and I will most likely be giving updates on Friday, our time, when we're there. Let everybody know how everything is going. So thanks for joining today. See everybody next time. Be good. Be safe. See you.
Cast the replay.
Hello.